Act 2 Scene 2. A room in the castle. Enter King Claudius, Queen Gertrude, Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, and attendants. King Claudius. Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover that we much did long to see you, the need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation, so call it, sith nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles that it was what it should be, more than his father's death, that thus hath put him so much from the understanding of himself, I cannot dream of. I entreat you both, that, being of so young days brought up with him, and sith so neighboured to his youth and haviour, that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court some little time, so by your companies to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather so much as from occasion you may glean, whether aught, to us unknown, afflicts him thus, that, opened, lies within our remedy. Queen Gertrude. Good gentleman, he hath much talked of you, and sure I am 2 men there are not living to whom he more adheres. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill as to expend your time with us a while, for the supply and profit of our hope, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance. Rosencrantz. Both your majesties might, by the sovereign power you have of us, put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty. Guildenstern. But we both obey, and here give up ourselves, in the full bent to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded. King Claudius. Thanks, Rosencrantz and gentle Guildenstern. Queen Gertrude. Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son. Go, some of you, and bring these gentlemen where Hamlet is. Guildenstern. Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him. Queen Gertrude. Aye, amen. Exeunt Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, and some attendants. Enter Polonius. Lord Polonius. The ambassadors from Norway, my good lord, are joyfully returned. King Claudius. Thou still hast been the father of good news. Lord Polonius. Have I, my lord? I assure my good liege, I hold my duty, as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king. And I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy so sure as it hath used to do, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy. King Claudius. Oh, speak of that do I long to hear. Lord Polonius. Give first admittance to the ambassadors, my news shall be the fruit to that great feast. King Claudius. Thyself do grace to them, and bring them in. Exit Polonius. He tells me, my dear Gertrude, he hath found the head and source of all your son's distemper. Queen Gertrude. I doubt it is no other, but the main, his father's death, and our hasty marriage. King Claudius. Well, we shall sift him. Re-enter Polonius, with Voltimand and Cornelius. Welcome, my good friends. Say, Voltimand, what from our brother Norway? Voltimand. Most fair return of greetings and desires. Upon our first, he sent out to suppress his nephew's levies, which to him appeared to be a preparation gainst the Polack, but, better looked into, he truly found it was against your highness, whereat grieved, that, so his sickness, age and impotence was falsely borne in hand, sends out arrests on Fortinbras, which he, in brief, obeys, receives rebuke from Norway, and in fine makes vow, before his uncle nevermore to give the assay of arms against your majesty. Whereon old Norway, overcome with joy, gives him 3,000 crowns in annual fee, and is commissioned to employ those soldiers, so levied as before, against the Polack. With an entreaty, herein further shown, giving a paper, that it might please you to give quiet pass through your dominions for this enterprise, on such regards of safety and allowance as therein are set down. King Claudius. It likes us well, and at our more considered time well read, answer, and think upon this business. Meantime we thank you for your well-took labor. Go to your rest, at night we'll feast together. Most welcome home. Exeunt Voltimand and Cornelius. Lord Polonius. This business is well ended. My liege, and madam, to expostulate. What majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad call I it, for, to define true madness, what is't, but to be nothing else but mad? But let that go. Queen Gertrude. More matter, with less art. Lord Polonius. Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true, 'tis true, 'tis pity, and pity, 'tis true, a foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad let us grant him, then, and now remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather say, the cause of this defect, for this effect defective comes by cause. Thus it remains, and the remainder, thus. Perpend. I have a daughter have while she is mine, who, in her duty and obedience, mark, hath given me this, now gather, and surmise. Reads. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase, beautified is a vile phrase, but you shall hear. Thus. Reads. In her excellent white bosom, these, and see. Queen Gertrude. Came this from Hamlet to her? Lord Polonius. Good madam, stay a while, I will be faithful. Reads. Doubt thou the stars are fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. O dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers, I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, O most best, believe it. Adieu. Thine evermore most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him, Hamlet. This, in obedience, hath my daughter shown me, and more above, hath his solicitings, as they fell out by time, by means, and place, all given to mine ear. King Claudius. But how hath she received his love? Lord Polonius. What do you think of me? King Claudius. As of a man faithful and honorable. Lord Polonius. I would fain prove so. But what might you think, when I had seen this hot love on the wing? As I perceived it, I must tell you that, before my daughter told me what might you, or my dear majesty or queen here, think, if I had played the desk or table book, or given my heart a winking, mute and dumb, or looked upon this love with idle sight, what might you think? No, I went round to work, and my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince, out of thy star, this must not be, and then I precepts gave her, that she should lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens. Which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he, repulsed a short tale to make. Fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence to a watch, thence into a weakness, thence to a lightness, and, by this declension, into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for. King Claudius. Do you think 'tis this? Queen Gertrude. It may be, very likely. Lord Polonius. Hath there been such a time I fain know that I have positively said 'tis so. When it proved otherwise? King Claudius. Not that I know. Lord Polonius. Pointing to his head and shoulder. Take this from this, if this be otherwise. If circumstances lead me, I will find where truth is hid, though it were hid indeed. Within the center. King Claudius. How may we try it further? Lord Polonius. You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together. Here in the lobby. Queen Gertrude. So he does indeed. Lord Polonius. At such a time I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind an arras then, mark the encounter, if he love her not. And be not from his reason fallen thereon, let me be no assistant for estate, but keep a farm and carters. King Claudius. We will try it. Queen Gertrude. But, look, where sadly the poor wretch comes reading. Lord Polonius. Away, I do beseech you, both away. I'll board him presently. Exeunt King Claudius, Queen Gertrude, and attendants. Enter Hamlet, reading. Oh, give me leave. How does my good Lord Hamlet? Hamlet. Well, God a mercy. Lord Polonius. Do you know me, my lord? Hamlet. Excellent well, you are a fishmonger. Lord Polonius. Not I, my lord. Hamlet. Then I would you were so honest a man. Lord Polonius. Honest, my lord. Hamlet. I, sir, to be honest, as this world goes, is to be one man picked out of 10,000. Lord Polonius. That's very true, my lord. Hamlet. For if the sun breed maggots in a dead dog, being a god-kissing carrion, have you a daughter? Lord Polonius. I have, my lord. Hamlet. Let her not walk I the sun, conception is a blessing, but not as your daughter may conceive. Friend, look to tea. Lord Polonius. Aside, how say you by that? Still harping on my daughter, yet he knew me not at first, he said I was a fishmonger, he is far gone, and truly in my youth I suffered much extremity for love, very near this. I'll speak to him again. What do you read, my lord? Hamlet. Words, words, words. Lord Polonius. What is the matter, my lord? Hamlet. Between who? Lord Polonius. I mean, the matter that you read, my lord. Hamlet. Slanders, sir, for the satirical rogue says here that old men have grey beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging thick amber and plum-tree gum, and that they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hems, all which, sir, though I most powerfully and potently believe, yet I hold it not honesty, to have it thus set down, for yourself, sir, should be old as I am, if like a crab you could go backward. Lord Polonius. Aside, though this be madness, yet there is method in tea. Will you walk out of the air, my lord? Hamlet. Into my grave. Lord Polonius. Indeed, that is out o' the air. Aside. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. A happiness that often madness hits on, which reason and sanity could not so prosperously be delivered of. I will leave him, and suddenly contrive the means of meeting between him and my daughter, my honorable lord. I will most humbly take my leave of you. Hamlet. You cannot, sir, take from me anything that I will more willingly part withal, except my life, except my life, except my life. Lord Polonius. Fare you well, my lord. Hamlet. These tedious old fools. Enter Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Lord Polonius. You go to seek the Lord Hamlet, there he is. Rosencrantz. To Polonius, God save you, sir. Exit Polonius. Guildenstern. My honored lord. Rosencrantz. My most dear lord. Hamlet. My excellent good friends. How dost thou, Guildenstern? Ah, Rosencrantz. Good lads, how do ye both? Rosencrantz. As the indifferent children of the earth. Guildenstern. Happy, in that we are not over happy, on fortune's cap we are not the very button. Hamlet. Nor the soles of her shoe? Rosencrantz. Neither, my lord. Hamlet. Then you live about her waist, or in the middle of her favors? Guildenstern. Faith, her privates we. Hamlet. In the secret parts of fortune? Oh, most true, she is a strumpet. What's the news? Rosencrantz. None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest. Hamlet. Then is doomsday near, but your news is not true. Let me question more in particular, what have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune, that she sends you to prison hither? Guildenstern. Prison, my lord. Hamlet. Denmark's a prison. Rosencrantz. Then is the world one. Hamlet. A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one o' the worst. Rosencrantz. We think not so, my lord. Hamlet. Why, then, 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so, to me. It is a prison. Rosencrantz. Why then, your ambition makes it one, 'tis too narrow for your mind. Hamlet. O God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, were it not that I have bad dreams. Guildenstern. Which dreams indeed are ambition, for the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream. Hamlet. A dream itself is but a shadow. Rosencrantz. Truly, and I hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow's shadow. Hamlet. Then are our beggars' bodies, and our monarchs and outstretched heroes the beggars' shadows. Shall we to the court? For, by my fay, I cannot reason. Rosencrantz. Guildenstern. We'll wait upon you. Hamlet. No such matter, I will not sort you with the rest of my servants, for, to speak to you like an honest man, I am most dreadfully attended. But, in the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore? Rosencrantz. To visit you, my lord, no other occasion. Hamlet. Beggar that I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you, and sure, dear friends, my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me, come, nay, speak. Guildenstern. What should we say, my lord? Hamlet. Why, anything, but to the purpose. You were sent for, and there is a kind of confession in your looks, which your modesties have not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you. Rosencrantz. To what end, my lord? Hamlet. That you must teach me. But let me conjure you, by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, and by what more dear a better proposer could charge you withal, be even and direct with me, whether you were sent for, or no? Rosencrantz. Aside to Guildenstern, what say you? Hamlet. Aside, nay, then, I have an eye of you, if you love me, hold not off. Guildenstern. My lord, we were sent for. Hamlet. I will tell you why, so shall my anticipation prevent your discovery, and your secrecy to the king and queen moult no father. I have of late but wherefore I know not lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory, this most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire, why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason! How infinite in faculty. In form and moving how express and admirable. In action how like an angel. In apprehension how like a god. The beauty of the world. The paragon of animals. And yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not. Me, no, nor woman neither, though by your smiling you seem to say so. Rosencrantz. My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts. Hamlet. Why did you laugh then, when I said man delights not me? Rosencrantz. To think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you, we coax them on the way, and hither are they coming, to offer you service. Hamlet. He that plays the king shall be welcome, his majesty shall have tribute of me, the adventurous knight shall use his foil and target, the lover shall not sigh gratis, the humorous man shall end his part in peace, the clown shall make those laugh whose lungs are tickled o' the seer, and the lady shall say her mind freely, or the blank verse shall halt. Furt. What players are they? Rosencrantz. Even those you were wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city. Hamlet. How chances it they travel? Their residence, both in reputation and profit, was better both ways. Rosencrantz. I think their inhibition comes by the means of the late innovation. Hamlet. Do they hold the same estimation they did when I was in the city? Are they so followed? Rosencrantz. No, indeed, are they not? Hamlet. How comes it? Do they grow rusty? Rosencrantz. Nay, their endeavor keeps in the wonted pace, but there is, sir, an array of children, little Iases, that cry out on the top of question, and are most tyrannically clapped for't. These are now the fashion, and so berattle the common stages so they call them that many wearing rapiers are afraid of goose quills and dare scarce come thither. Hamlet. What, are they children? Who maintains M? How are they escoted? Will they pursue the quality no longer than they can sing? Will they not say afterwards, if they should grow themselves to common players as it is most like, if their means are no better their writers do them wrong, to make them exclaim against their own succession? Rosencrantz. Faith, there has been much to do on both sides, and the nation holds it no sin to tar them to controversy. There was, for a while, no money bid for argument unless the poet and the player went to cuffs in the question. Hamlet. Is't possible? Guildenstern. Oh, there has been much throwing about of brains. Hamlet. Do the boys carry it away? Rosencrantz. Aye, that they do, my lord, Hercules and his load too. Hamlet. It is not very strange, for mine uncle is king of Denmark, and those that would make mows at him while my father lived, give 20, 40, 50, and 100 ducats a piece for his picture in little splud. There is something in this more than natural, if philosophy could find it out. Flourish of trumpets within. Guildenstern. There are the players. Hamlet. Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. Your hands, come then, the appurtenance of welcome is fashion and ceremony. Let me comply with you in this garb, lest my extend to the players, which, I tell you, must show fairly outward, should more appear like entertainment than yours. You are welcome, but my uncle father and aunt mother are deceived. Guildenstern. In what, my dear lord? Hamlet. I am but mad north-northwest, when the wind is southerly. I know a hawk from a handsaw. Enter Polonius. Lord Polonius. Well be with you, gentlemen. Hamlet. Hark you, Guildenstern, and you too, at each ear a hearer, that great baby you see there is not yet out of his swaddling clouts. Rosencrantz. Happily he's the second time come to them, for they say an old man is twice a child. Hamlet. I will prophesy he comes to tell me of the players, mark it. You say right, sir, oh Monday morning, 'twas so indeed. Lord Polonius. My lord, I have news to tell you. Hamlet. My lord, I have news to tell you. When Roscius was an actor in Rome. Lord Polonius. The actors are come hither, my lord. Hamlet. Buzz, buzz. Lord Polonius. Upon mine honor. Hamlet. Then came each actor on his ass. Lord Polonius. The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical dash. Comical historical pastoral, scene individable, or poem unlimited. Seneca cannot be too heavy, nor Plautus too light. For the law of writ and the liberty, these are the only men. Hamlet. O Jephthah, judge of Israel, what a treasure hadst thou? Lord Polonius. What a treasure had he, my lord? Hamlet. Why, one fair daughter and no more, the which he loved passing well. Lord Polonius. Aside, still on my daughter. Hamlet. Am I not either right, old Jephthah? Lord Polonius. If you call me Jephthah, my lord, I have a daughter that I love passing well. Hamlet. Nay, that follows not. Lord Polonius. What follows, then, my lord? Hamlet. Why, as by lot, God wot. And then, you know, it came to pass, as most like it was. The first row of the pious chanson will show you more, for look, where my abridgment comes. Enter 4 or 5 players. You are welcome, masters, welcome, all. I am glad to see thee well. Welcome, good friends. Oh, my old friend. Thy face is belost since I saw thee last. Comest thou to beard me in Denmark? What, my young lady and mistress? By Our Lady, your ladyship is nearer to heaven than when I saw you last, by the altitude of a chopine. Pray God, your voice, like a piece of uncurrent gold, be not cracked within the ring. Masters, you are all welcome. Will Ian, to like French falconers, fly at anything we see. We'll have a speech straight, come, give us a taste of your quality, come, a passionate speech. First player. What speech, my lord? Hamlet. I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted, or, if it was, not above once, for the play, I remember, pleased not the million, 'twas caviar to the general, but it was as I received it, and others, whose judgments in such matters cried in the top of mine an excellent play, well digested in the scenes, set down with as much modesty as cunning. I remember, one said there were no sowlets in the lines to make the matter savory, nor no matter in the phrase that might indict the author of affectation, but called it an honest method, as wholesome as sweet, and by very much more handsome than fine. One speech in it I chiefly loved, 'twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabout of it especially, where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line, let me see, let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast. It is not so, it begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the night resemble. When he lay couched in the ominous horse, hath now this dread and black complexion smeared, with heraldry more dismal, head to foot. Now is he total gules, horridly tricked. with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, baked and impasted with the parching streets, that lend a tyrannous and damned light to their lord's murder, roasted in wrath and fire, and thus oversized with coagulate gore, with eyes like carbuncles, the hellish Pyrrhus. Old grandsire Priam seeks. So, proceed you, Lord Polonius. For God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and good discretion. First player. Anon, he finds him striking too short at Greeks, his antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command, unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword. The unnerved father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top, stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear, for, lo! His sword, which was declining on the milky head of reverend Priam, seemed I the air to stick. So, as a painted tyrant, Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter, did nothing. But, as we often see, against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rack stands still, the bold wind speechless and the orb below, as hush as death, anon the dreadful thunder doth rend the region, so, after Pyrrhus' pause, aroused vengeance sets him new a work, and never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars's armor forged for proof etern, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out, out, thou strumpet, fortune! All you gods, in general synod, take away her power, break all the spokes and fellies from her wheel, and bolt around made down the hill of heaven, as low as to the fiends. Lord Polonius. This is too long. Hamlet. It shall to the barbers, with your beard. Prithee, say on, he's for a jig or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps, say on, come to Hecuba. First player. But who, oh, who had seen the mobled queen? Hamlet. The mobled queen? Lord Polonius. That's good, mobled queen is good. First player. Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames. With bison room, a cloud upon that head, where late the diadem stood, and for a robe, about her lank and all o'er-teemed loins, a blanket, in the alarm of fear caught up, who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, gainst fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods. Lord Polonius. Look, whether he has not turned his color and has tears in's eyes. Pray you, no more. Hamlet. 'Tis well, I'll have thee speak out the rest soon. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear, let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time. After your death you were better have a bad epitaph than their ill report while you live. Lord Polonius. My lord, I will use them according to their desert. Hamlet. God's bodykins, man, much better, use every man after his desert, and who should scape whipping? Use them after your own honor and dignity, the less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in. Lord Polonius. Come, sirs. Hamlet. Follow him, friends, we'll hear a play tomorrow. Exit Polonius, with all the players, but the first. Dost thou hear me, old friend, can you play the Murder of Gonzago? First player. Aye, my lord. Hamlet. We'll hot tomorrow night. You could, for a need, study a speech of some 12 or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert in't, could you not? First player. Aye, my lord. Hamlet. Very well. Follow that lord, and look you mock him not. Exit first player. My good friends, I'll leave you till night, you are welcome to Elsinore. Rosencrantz. Good my lord. Hamlet. I, so, God be ye, exeunt Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit? That from her working all his visage wand, tears in his eyes, distraction in's aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit? And all for nothing. For Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do, had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty and appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy-mettled rascal, peak, like John a dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing, no, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my pate across? Plucks off my beard, and blows it in my face? Tweaks me by the nose? Gives me the lie I the throat, as deep as to the lungs? Who does me this? Ha, swans, I should take it, for it cannot be. But I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter, or ere this I should have fatted all the region kites with this slave's awful, bloody, bawdy villain. Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain. Oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I! This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must, like a whore, unpack my heart with words, and fall a-cursing, like a very drab, a scullion. Fie upont! Fa! About, my brain! I have heard, that guilty creature sitting at a play have by the very cunning of the scene been struck so to the soul, that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions, for murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father. Before mine uncle, I'll observe his looks, I'll tend him to the quick, if he but blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape, yea, and perhaps, out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me, I'll have grounds more relative than this, the play-'s the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. Exit.